Hey, is that Timmy's?
Yeah, because we're in Canada. Okay guys, well today's the day. We're putting the motor into my truck, so that's pretty exciting. To catch you guys up to speed, if you haven't watched all my other videos, I've been getting this thing ready, so I've done like all the fuel lines, fuel tank, brake lines, all that kind of stuff. And behind the scenes, I've cleaned up, painted the whole firewall. Yes, Lacey. Yes. Painted the firewall. I fixed up the cab mounts. So you can see like here, I had off another truck, these like plates, and I just welded them on there and had those cab mounts. They're off of a van. We're gonna get this wall taken down here, and I'm gonna clean up all my stuff. And we're gonna see about getting this truck into position to see if we can get the motor out. And we're gonna talk a little bit the LS that I'm putting in there. I'm not a guru on that stuff, but I'll tell you what I know. So we're gonna get this all cleaned up here, and I'm gonna get the wall taken down, and then once I do that, we'll talk about what's going on. What, Lacey? Is it cold in here? Yeah. Okay, we're getting on it. Here we go. Okay guys, well, we got the truck out, and I struggled a little bit until my dad came out and helped me. But this is what we're putting in there. So I'm not a genius with LS stuff, but I'm gonna basically tell you the setup I got going on here. So I have a 6-liter that is a long crank, but I'm going to be running, this is a 4065E, and this originally would have took a dish flywheel. And obviously being a long crank, it has a flat flywheel. Obviously, if you don't know the difference, you can kind of see that it's perfectly straight. And then this is a busted one I had, but you can see that it has a dish in it. Wow, that was loud. So what I'm doing to compensate for that, because obviously the only difference is that this snout on this torque converter here sticks out further, and you need to compensate for that. So I'm gonna have to make some 1/4-inch spacers for the 3 bolts on for that torque converter. Also gonna have to oval out the holes on that flex plate. And what I'm using to space it out, I bought this from Summit Racing. They sell these like 1/4-inch spacers for like a small block Chevy. So that looks pretty sweet. I bought some extended dowels. Don't know if those are gonna work yet. We're gonna find out. And then for motor mounts, I basically bought not the cheapest ones on Rock Auto, but they were basically the cheapest ones on Rock Auto. You can see the part number there. And then this is the tranny mount. I bought this for this year of truck. You can see the part number there. I think it's going to bolt up perfectly fine to this newer tranny. Obviously, we're not using that transfer case. We're going to use the original 208 transfer case onto the back of this because it should bolt on no problem. And for the motor mounts, if you watch my unboxing video, you can see I just bought these brackets that have like crazy adjustability. This side, because I want to use the factory AC pump, we may have to get into cutting a little notch out of the frame. And then this, not quite sure where it's going to sit when we get to the perch. So I'm probably going to take this off and not bolt down the one side onto the frame just to see where this is going to go. So this is going to have to come off. I'm going to take my headers off, and probably that's about it. And we're going to see about getting this thing bolted up together, and we're going to see about shoehorning it in there. So I'll let you guys know what happens when I figure out all this jazz. So here we go. Okay guys, well we were working on this and then we started taking this flywheel off because I was going to drill it. And I've never seen this before. I mean, I've never cracked a 6-liter open before because I can never buy one. But there's just this spacer on the back of this flywheel or this flex plate. And, you know, it's like that. That's crazy. So we're going to take a dish flywheel that we have off of another motor and I shouldn't have to use the spacer. That is crazy. Huh, Lacey? What do you think? Huh? That's crazy. Okay guys, well we're looking pretty good now that we took that spacer off the crank. We measured it from the face of where the bell housing gets bolted on. It was 7/8 to here, to the outside of the flex plate. And the other motor was exactly the same, so that's going to work out awesome. Got my headers, got the AC compressor off. We're going to do one thing, because I want to try to reuse that, because I want to put AC in this truck. The mount over here is kind of wonky. So this here, basically, I'm just going to have to make a standoff out back so the mount can slide further back, but that's no big issue. We got the transmission draining, so we're going to bolt this together soon, and we're going to see about getting her in there. So here we go. Once we get there, we're just waiting now on time. Well, we got her all together, but it's getting a little late tonight, so I think we're going to save it for tomorrow when we're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I picked up one of these things today. This thing is pretty slick, so if you don't got one of these, you should get one. We've been doing this for years without one, and I figured, hey, might as well, you know, working on a prime machine here that's worthy of it, that we should get one and do it up. Dad's just looking at me right now. What are you talking about, prime machine? But, yeah, we're going to see about snaking this in there tomorrow. I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to try to take these bolts out of this. And I'm going to put the motor in first with this just in there. And then this whole mount here, I think I'm going to try to shift back just so that the AC compressor can fit in here. And then just here, I think you got to notch this out just a hair. Not much, but we're going to get you, we'll see you tomorrow once, you know, once we're back. So it's looking pretty slick. Okay, guys, it's next day. We're all rested up. So we're gonna see if we can snake this thing in there. So I guess just hit her, Dad. Well guys, we got it in there. I just ended up turning the camera off because it was being really frustrating. A couple things is on the firewall over here, we actually had to bash this. There's like a lip here that runs over there. Had to bash it in just for the head to fit in there. And we took the motor out again. And then these holes on this mount, just because these mounts I bought didn't have enough adjustment to slide the motor back. We were like 3/4 of an inch off from where it had to be. But now since we slotted all that out, got moved back, it's in the right spot. There's just enough clearance on the front cross member here. It's kind of hard to see, but right there's enough clearance. Oh, Dad's gonna get us a flashlight. So you can just see in there that there's enough clearance. So that we should be all right. The factory AC compressor is not gonna work, so I'm probably just going to end up buying a Dirty Dingo bracket that mounts it up high here. I don't really care how this truck looks under the engine bay that much, because I mean, I'd rather have AC than have it look pretty under here. I mean, this already looks pretty good. The headers worked out awesome. They're, you know, cheapest headers on eBay, but they fit perfectly. So, I mean, on both sides too. Might gonna have some little messing around with the shifter linkage over here, bending the rod and stuff, but I think it should be all right. But I think that's where we're gonna end it off. We got a lot of cleaning up to do, and we're gonna see about moving Dad's car maybe out of there once we move this thing. Not tonight. It's getting pretty late and it's cold. So yeah, when you see this thing, I'll probably be back in there, and I might mess around trying to get this all hooked up. I still got to buy some stuff, but yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you learned something. If you want to know anything, let me know down in the comments. If I missed something that you're trying to find for information, I'll do my best to let you guys know. But yeah, we'll catch you next time, and don't forget to salute the beaver.